Hello and welcome to the High School Equivalency Program at Western Iowa Tech Community College. My name is Laura and I will be walking you through some important things that you all will need to know.
First, the name of our program is High School Equivalency Diploma. We call it HSED for short. This means that if you complete the requirements for graduation, you will walk out of here with a degree that is equal to a high school diploma. But do know that this program does not offer a traditional high school diploma with any of the options that we provide.
So, why take HSED classes? Hopefully by now all of you have a pretty good idea as to what you want to do with your futures, but even if you do not, now is not too late to start thinking about who do you want to be in life? What is your purpose? Okay? Earning a high school equivalency diploma can help you to get a better job, because most jobs in the United States require at least a high school diploma, or earn more money. Generally speaking, income does increase with more education. Or go to college. Most colleges will accept the HSED for admission. Or maybe you just want to be a better example for your friends and family. Any one of these reasons is a great reason to be here. Okay, we get this question all the time. How long will this take? Unfortunately, there's no hard and fast answer to this question. It really does mostly depend on you. However, we have found 3 factors that affect completion rates. The first one is how much you already know. And by this, I mean, how far did you get in school? How much do you remember from when you were last there? So for example, someone who only completed 6th grade is going to take much longer to finish the program than somebody who completed 11th grade. Okay? The second one is how much work you put in. Are you studying? Are you being productive with your time? So, for example, the person who sits in the back of the classroom texting and playing games on their cell phone is going to take a lot more time to finish than the person who is paying attention in class and doing their homework. Okay? And then the last one is how often you come to class. Very few people can get through this program without help. So if you make a point to come to class every day or log into the online program every week, you will finish a lot faster than the person who only comes in once a month. Okay? However, the average completion time for this program is 6 months to a year. But I can't speak to any one person just yet. All right, as of July 1st, 2018, we now offer 3 options to get a HSED instead of just one. Okay, the first one you already know of is taking the HSED exam. Okay, second one is transferring in credits from your last high school and then finishing your remaining credits. And then the third option that we offer is to transfer in credits from a post-secondary institution like a college, either from the United States or a foreign country. Okay, if you choose option 1, which is taking the HSED test, you will be expected to take 5 tests: reading, writing, math, social studies, and science. But beforehand, you will have to take and pass an official practice test before taking each of the HSED exams in the testing center. Okay. You will be allowed to take each test as soon as you're ready, though. Next, if you choose option 2, you will need to provide us with a copy of your official high school transcripts. The state of Iowa requires students to have 36 credits in order to graduate. 8 credits of those will be required in English, 6 credits will be required in math, another 6 in science, 6 in social studies, and then 10 credits in electives. The credits that you have already completed in those areas will count toward your total required 36 credits. Then you're going to have to take classes to finish the credits you have not yet met. Some parts of this will have to be done face-to-face, but other classes will have to be done completely online. Okay.
All right, now option 3. You must have an associate's degree or higher to meet the requirements for this option, and we will accept degrees from foreign countries. You will need to also bring us proof that you have earned this degree with an official copy of your transcripts and diploma. And you need to be a resident of the state of Iowa for at least 90 days before enrolling in this program. Now, if you're from a foreign country, you will need to do each of the following. First, provide proof of U.S. citizenship, or if you're not a U.S. citizen, you will need to complete a course in U.S. government or civics. And 2, you will need to demonstrate proficiency in the English language to the Department of Education's minimum standards. Now, if you don't already have a college degree, but you're thinking about getting one, please be aware that if you enroll in college without a high school diploma, you will not qualify for federal financial aid. And so you'll have to pay for all of your college classes out of pocket. So if you're wanting to get a college degree but you don't already have one, I'm not going to recommend this option because it would be the most expensive way of earning a high school equivalency diploma. Okay.
So which option is better though? This is really going to depend on you and your own preferences. If you don't like taking tests or you already have most of your high school credits, option 2 might be better, transferring in your high school classes into our program. But if you have a lot of high school credits left to do and you want to get done as soon as possible, option 1 is probably going to be the better one for you. Okay. If you already have a college degree, option 3 is definitely the way to go for you guys. Okay? But really, the decision is completely up to you. So, now what do we do?
So, first step, make studying a priority. For those of you who are doing option 1 or option 2, you're definitely going to need to set time aside in your schedule to attend class every day or to log into your online program. Please do not look at this as just something to do in your spare time. If you do, you will take forever to finish. I promise you that. You need to make this a priority. It's very important. So to do that, there's 3 things that you're going to need to do. First thing is to manage your time effectively to minimize distractions in your life. This is going to mean different things to different people, but for example, some of you might be excessively distracted by your cell phones because there's a lot of notifications popping up, or it's very tempting to play games. What you might need to do then, in that case, is to leave your cell phone in your car while you go to class, or maybe give it to somebody else so that it's not on you. Or perhaps you're studying online at home and your kids are making it impossible for you to concentrate. So maybe you need to get a babysitter to watch your kids while you study. Ultimately, though, what you need to do is whatever you need to do so that you can concentrate on the task at hand and get your homework done. Okay. Next thing is create or utilize a support system of friends or family. It's a real bummer to have a bunch of people in your life who don't care about your goals and don't want to support you while you are working to accomplish those goals. So instead of surrounding yourself by people who are constantly ragging at you because you're a boring person now and you can't go out and have fun, you need to concentrate and focus your energy on those people in your life who want to support you and want to see you be successful. Okay, those are the people that you need to be spending your time around. Not people who are going to constantly distract you and get you off track. Okay. And then last but not least, make arrangements to have reliable transportation or babysitting. So again, this is going to mean different things to different people. But for example, if you're planning to attend classes on campus, you're going to need to have a reliable way to get here. It's not okay to have to call your teachers every morning saying that you can't make it to class because your car won't start or your ride won't pick you up. Okay, make sure that you have a reliable way to get here if you're wanting to attend classes on campus. Also, if you have children, you're going to need to make sure that they are well taken care of while you're here. So make sure that you have a reliable daycare or babysitter that you can drop your kids off with, or who can come into your home, whatever you need to do, so that you're not having to worry about your children while you're away. Okay. Also, I want to make note that we do have bus passes available, and we can also help you locate daycare assistance if you need it.
Okay, step 2, enroll in our program. The first step that you will need to complete after watching this video is your paperwork. To get started on that, click the Begin Enrollment button below this video. Then on the next page, click Get Started. After you're done with your paperwork, you will need to take your placement tests. These are called the CASAS exams. They will take about 2 to 2.5 hours, and you may do them here at the WIT campus or remotely at home. You will make an appointment for these placement tests on the second page of your paperwork online. There will be 2 tests, one in reading and the other in math. These tests will help us to find out how much you already know. So please, please, please take your time and do your best on these tests, but keep in mind that there is no pass or fail. We are just going to be using your placement tests to put you in the correct classes for you. Students for whom English is a second language, however, will need to take a paper reading test to measure their reading level. All students in this program will need to have a high reading level in order to be successful. So, because of that, English as a second language learners with CASA scores below 230 will be referred to ESL classes so that they can get the support that they need to improve their English ability. All right, step 3, develop a growth mindset. Truly, guys, success is an iceberg. We've all seen one person or another being successful, right? But all that we see is the success. It's like, poof, it came from nowhere, right? But what we don't see is the amount of dedication, hard work, good habits, the disappointments, the sacrifices, the failures, and the amount of persistence that it took that person to get to where they are now. I've already talked to you guys a little bit about dedication, hard work, good habits, sacrifices, right? I talked to you about coming to class every day, setting up your schedules and your lives so that you're able to come to school every day or log in online. And I've already talked to you a little bit about sacrifices, right? I mean, you can't go to the movies every night when you have homework to do. But now what I'm going to do is just take a few minutes to talk to you about disappointments and failures. Because, guys, and I'm dead serious here, at some point along the way, you are going to get frustrated. But how you handle that frustration can make all the difference in the world. Okay? And the key here is thinking positively. So instead of thinking, ugh, I'm not good at this because you failed your first test, think instead, what am I missing? Maybe there was a step that you forgot to do in that math problem. Or maybe there's a whole area of social studies that you neglected to study. Okay? So find out what you're missing. Right? All right. You went to the testing center and you failed your first HSED exam. Or you failed your midterm if you're doing option 2. Instead of thinking, oh, I give up, think instead, I'll use a different strategy. Because guys, life is all about strategies. You need to find the one that works best for you though. And what works for one person isn't necessarily going to work for the next person. Okay, instead of thinking, oh, I just can't make this any better because those fractions are just kicking your butt. Think instead, I can always improve. The main part though, if you look on the next line, is that this may take some time and effort. And guys, I'm positive that this whole process is going to take a lot more time and effort than you want it to. But if you put in the time and the effort, eventually you will get there. It's going to happen sooner or later. Even if you're inchworming your way forward, you're still going to get there a lot faster than if you did nothing. Okay? Some progress is always better than no progress. Okay. Let's say you lost motivation for a week and you just didn't come in the entire time. You made a mistake, right? But mistakes help you to learn. Every last one of us has made a mistake in life. No one is exempt from this. So, instead of concentrating on the mistake and feeling bad about it, try to learn from it, okay? Because if you think about it, when you make that mistake, you've just learned what not to do, which that makes you so much closer to figuring out what to do, right? Okay. I'm going to skip the next one, but if plan A didn't work, it's a good thing that the alphabet has 25 more letters, right? It's all about that strategy, okay, guys? So if the first thing didn't work, try something else. If that didn't work, try another thing until you figure out what does work. All right, I'm going to step off of my soapbox now. Now, step 4, study and attend class. So if you guys remember, I was telling you that you would need to take a pretest called the CASAS. Depending on your CASAS scores, you will either need to complete a minimum of 12 hours or a minimum of 40 hours of instruction before completing the program. If you scored 246 and above on both of your CASAS tests, then you will need to complete only a minimum of 12 hours. But if you score below 246 on one or both of your CASAS tests, then you will need to do a minimum of 40 hours. But really, guys, I don't want you to worry about this. Many people will need to do more than 40 hours in order to be ready to take the HSED exam or complete their high school credits, okay? So don't worry about the hours at all, guys. Just don't forget to come to class every day and let your teacher know if you cannot attend because you're sick or anything like that. We understand that stuff happens. But if you let us know, then we can tell you what you missed that day so you can stay caught up. There are 5 class sessions that we hold each year, and each of these sessions operates on an 8-week schedule. We also offer 3 different options for classes. We have face-to-face classes, Zoom classes, and online independent. The class times for the face-to-face and Zoom vary by location. So please make sure to ask your instructor at your placement testing appointment for more information about all of these. We also have an attendance policy. Students who leave the program and are absent for more than 90 days will be exited from the program and will not be accepted back until July 1st of the next school year. So please make sure that after you complete registration with us, that you continuously work on your studies so that you can stay enrolled.
Okay, step 5, stay up to date. We offer 2 ways to keep you guys informed about campus closures, weather cancellations, scheduled breaks, and other important updates and reminders. The first way is to sign up for our text messaging system. To do this, fill out the text messaging consent form to let us know that you are interested. This system will also allow you to text individual teachers, and you can find our phone numbers in your student handbook. The second way is to join our group on Facebook. All you need to do is search WITCC High School Equivalency Diploma in Facebook and then click the join button. But please know that we are not going to go out to campus to call each and every single one of you every time there is a snow day or something else happens. So if you want to be notified whenever there is a campus closure, weather cancellation, break, or anything else regarding our classroom, you will need to do one of these two things.
Last but not least, the step that we are all wanting to get to, graduation. WIT holds a graduation ceremony every May that all HSED students are welcome to attend. You may order your diploma and transcripts from www.diplomasender.com, but if you forget this, don't worry. We will remind you when the time comes. And after graduating from the HSED program, you can get a $1,000 scholarship to attend college courses here at WIT. So, lots of good things.
All right, but what if you have a worker? If any outside agency, and this would also count for parents as well, if any outside agency wants to contact a teacher here in this classroom, we are required to have a release of information form signed by you, the student. Otherwise, it is illegal for us to share your personal information with anyone other than you. Okay, so before we can contact them, we need a form signed by you. Okay, it is also our policy to not write formal letters stating that anyone is a student in this program until they attend 40 hours in the classroom and take a post-test. Okay. If you guys need paperwork filled out, I understand, but please, please, please try to get it to us at least 1 week in advance. Okay, it can be crazy busy around here, and if you need paperwork filled out, please get it to us so that we can actually have time to fill it out, please. Okay. If you have a disability, please let us know. First of all, you might not be able to get through this program without accommodations. And by knowing, we can adjust our instruction to get you the help that you need. Okay. Also, you might be able to get accommodations on the HSED exam if you're doing option 1. And if that's the case, the paperwork for this will need to be filled out as soon as possible, like today. And you will need to have documentation of that disability. Okay. All right, I am done. Please let us know if you guys have any questions about anything I said in this orientation. And then just wait for your instructors in the classroom to give you further instructions. All right, thanks.